Here we go. What is going on, everybody? It's Starquick Heroes here. Welcome back to yet another banger of a tech video where today we're going to be talking about the $250 4K Ultra HD TV from the company On. I honestly think this is probably the best TV you can get at its price point at the moment, and I'm excited to break it down with you guys. Alright, so when talking about a TV, I'd like to break it down into three things: the build, the software, and of course, the display. Now, this is a great TV in almost all three categories, and we're going to break it down with our liftoff checklist. So let's start with the build. Alright, so when talking about the build, it's a pretty mediocre one at best. It just looks like a regular TV from afar, nothing too crazy. It's not wallpaper thin, so don't be expecting any of that. But it's also not crazy thick. It's about 3 or 4 smartphones thick, so I'd consider it pretty average, and I'm not too impressed with it, to be honest. In terms of durability though, I mean, you're not going to be really throwing around a TV too often, so again, I wouldn't be worried about that. I've had it for at least a month now, and I haven't witnessed any scratching or issues out of the package. But the great thing about this build is that it comes with all your peripherals. So you got your HDMI ports and of course your VGA ports and anything you really need to connect your consoles, cable boxes, whatever it may be, to the TV. So out of 10, I'd give it about a 7. All right, let's move on to the software. I think this is what makes this the best TV for its money. If you didn't know, this is a Roku TV, which means this TV, which was made by the company On, is run on the software made by Roku. And if you don't know what Roku is, it's pretty much a homing station for all your streaming services, including Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, you name it really. Any mainstream service will be on this device. I love it because, again, I use a lot of streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, YouTube, all of those, and I don't really use any of the cable providers anymore like Comcast or Dish. That's really my main source of entertainment at this point. So Roku is a perfect situation for me because I can pretty much compile all my different streaming services into my TV. Another awesome feature about Roku is that you can control the TV from your phone. Now, there is a Roku app that I think is actually really great. Not only does it give you all the same features as the normal remote, but it also gives you an extra feature that you actually don't have on the remote, which is you're able to connect to your Bluetooth. So if you don't yet have a home sound setup, like I don't have one in my room, I often connect it to my headphones, which are decent quality, and that way I have good sound quality and a great looking TV. So you can connect your Bluetooth to your phone and then listen to your movies on your TV through your headphones, which I think is honestly a dope feature for this price point. So for software, I'm gonna go to 10 out of 10. I love it. I think it's a great feature for this TV, and I think that's what makes this a great steal at its price. Now let's move on to the display. So if you didn't know, this is my first time ever purchasing something that's 4K anything. I've never had 4K devices, and I've always seen them on, YouTube videos and all that, and I've wondered if there's a big difference between 1080p and 4K, and I can tell you that there definitely is. And because 4K is getting a lot cheaper now, I definitely recommend that you invest in a 4K television. And honestly, I've watched shows like Outer Banks on them, watched the second season now, it's dope for mine. And one thing I do like about the display is that there's not a lot of color bleeding when you watch it at different angles. So normally when you buy a cheap TV and you watch it at a 90-degree angle, it has great coloring, or decent coloring anyways. But once you start decreasing the angles at what you're looking at, it becomes less and less vivid. So if you watch your TV from a diagonal perspective, there can be some color bleeding. Fortunately, that's not the case for this TV. I've watched it at a bunch of different angles in my room, and I can confidently say that this 4K TV stands up to the test of watching it at different placements. For the display, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10, as this is my first ever 4K device, and it's a great looking TV, as you can obviously see. So for our final rating of this TV, it's gonna come out at an 8.6 out of 10, which I think is a pretty solid evaluation of this TV. At $250, this is a steal again. And so if you're looking for a TV right now, you don't wanna waste too much money, and you want 4K, this has to be the one. Anyways, guys, that's been pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this one. Videos coming out every single Friday, so make sure to subscribe and join us on our journey to 1,000 subscribers, that big 1K. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Starquick Heroes. Remember to be a hero, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.